All right, guys, so have not started the front end conversion kit because I'm still waiting on the hood. It's the last piece I'm waiting on. I ordered it about 7 or 8 weeks ago. I'm getting a Cervani hood, the cowl induction hood. I have a cowl induction hood currently on the Excursion and I really like it. So instead of just doing a stock hood, I wanted to go ahead and get another cowl induction hood for it. So once that comes in, I'll actually be able to start cranking away at the front end conversion. So in the meantime, I was going to give you all a quick detail about what all I've ordered here and what all we've got going on.
Subscribe Daddy's channel.
We'll start here with the headlights. I've got the Morimoto, I guess that's how you pronounce it, headlights for an 11-16 Ford F-250. You can obviously find cheaper headlights on the market, but the reviews on these are fantastic, and I actually have a buddy that just put these in his truck, and man, they look phenomenal. So, got these for the headlights. We'll hit the bumper and stuff last. Obviously, I've got the 11-16 grill that's going to be in, and I'm debating doing mostly black, but maybe just the chrome inserts on this section. Not chroming this, keeping this black, but just having the chrome kind of see there on both sides is what I'm thinking. You have to run these new upper and lower grill support brackets, so I've got both of those there. Obviously, I've got the 11-16 front fenders, and like I said previously, I do not have the hood yet, so I'm still waiting on the hood. And the rear bumper is actually in that box down there behind it. It's a Vijay rear bumper, just supposed to be, and it matches the front, same kind of style as the front. This is the Vijay front and rear bumper for an 11-16 Ford Super Duty. So this bumper is a 3-piece bumper. So it comes in a center section plus 2 side pieces, and then you have to bolt the light bar to the top. It did take some time to put this thing together. I can tilt it forward without breaking anything. You can see if I can get all the bolts in here. It's kind of hard to show. Yeah, it's kind of hard to see the bolts back in there. But anyway, you bolt this thing together. You bolt all the pieces on. It comes with all the LEDs as well. And I tell you what, kudos to the company, because not their fault, but damaged in shipping, my main light bar had some of the heatsink fins bent, and one of my side LED lights had some of the heatsink fins actually broken off. So I sent pictures of that to the company, and within a week, bam, I had a new light bar in, no questions asked, and a replacement for one of the marker lights that was bad. So would not hesitate to order from them again. So with all these LED lights, I obviously need a way to control them. So what I did is I ordered this straight off of Amazon, and there's different sizes you can get as far as number of switches and circuits you can run. So I've got the 8 switch version. So it comes with, you know, your standalone circuit board, and then your control panel to control all your lights, and then they come with these pre-packaged kind of set of stickers you can put on the switches themselves, so you know what each one's for. So that's going to be set up to run all the different lights, and then obviously you got to wire them. So I ordered these waterproof connector sets, again off of Amazon. They look really nice. I got 2 packages just to make sure I'd have enough. I don't know exactly how I'm going to wire them together. And then obviously a whole spool of wire here. Got some 14 gauge wire. So all these front and rear bumpers will be wired up and wired to this switch panel. I'll figure out where to install it on the truck. And lastly, obviously, in order to get all these fenders and parts to fit, I did order the McNasty conversion kit, and I went ahead and got their nutsert tool and kit as well, just so I'm not just simply self-tapping everything together. I'm gonna try to do this right and make it look obviously as factory as possible. Besides all the front end conversion stuff, I also wanna show you guys kind of what we did to clean up this engine bay. And also, I want to show you guys how I ended up doing these inserts to really clean up these seats. I actually catted up these parts and used my 3D printer and printed them out. I'll show you guys how I did all that. All right, now that the engine's out, we're gonna spend some time degreasing, repainting, just kind of cleaning this whole engine bay up so it looks nice. Well, let's get after it. Let's see what we can do about this heat shield too. It's kind of just falling apart, looking kind of nasty. And then we'll start hitting all the, start getting the degreaser going. We'll get the pressure washer out. Man. We got all that old heat shielding out, so the firewall is bare. So I'm going to come back over and kill mat all this stuff.
I'm not too worried about right here, but getting this edge is going to be, this is where it was all hanging.
Yeah, it's where it's all hanging and falling apart. Yeah, you maybe just want to do a leading edge piece like you did before and kind of hold it all together and then start cleaning it up.
Because this, I think, just wore a hole in it.
All right, guys, part of cleaning up the firewall and inside the engine bay under the hood is redoing this old nasty heat shielding that they had. So what we're doing is redoing the aluminum that's on them with some aluminum tape. And we found a few options. We've got the Ace Hardware brand here. That's good to 260 degrees. We've also got the 3M brand here. That's good to 300. And then for the really high temp areas by the turbo and the downpipe, we're gonna use this, which is good to up to 2000 or 400 degrees direct heat. So between those, we should be good. This one's already cleaned up and redone. But against the firewall, we're gonna go ahead and do a layer of the kill mat just for a second layer of noise insulation. Now, I did do some research. The kill mat is good up to 212 degrees Fahrenheit. So if I didn't have the heat shield over the top, so this will be all along the firewall and the heat shield will be over it, protecting it. I don't think I would do this by itself, but with the heat shield over it, we should be just fine. It should make it that much quieter in the cab. All right, guys, so the father-in-law strikes again. Came home from work today, noticed the hood was up on the truck, and the entire inside of here has been sanded down and repainted. It came out absolutely awesome, even back to the frame rails. Man, this truck's starting to look like a new truck again. Holy cow. Great job. retaping all that.
I couldn't sit in a chair and do it because I can't. I got to keep it flat.
Okay, kill mat on the firewall is complete. Let me lift this out of the way. That's another thing I'm gonna do is fix this. So got all the way kind of up underneath it, and then it's basically about as wide as the transmission tunnel. It doesn't really go behind there at all. So, and I did try to work around the heater hoses and things like that back there in the corner. So here it is. Now we got to get the heat shielding on top of that, and then the firewall will be done. So here's the plan for the inserts for those captain's chairs. So just catted up a quick little insert that'll fit in that slot. That way the carpet's got it's nice and trimmed up, and it should look a lot better. So catted that up real quick, got it sliced up, and printing the part on the 3D printer. Unfortunately, all I have is red ABS plastic right now, so it's gonna print that up. We'll do a few test fits and see how it turns out, and I'll probably have to do a couple iterations, and then we'll see what we end up with. Hopefully it cleans it up. So in an effort to clean up where these hooks from these chairs mount in, so I just don't have raw carpet, I've been working on creating some kind of insert that goes in here. So as you can see, there's been a few attempts to figure out how to do this. So it looks like what I'm gonna lean to is something like this that would sit on and then hold itself around that rod. The original thought was, you know, put some silicone adhesive here and just have these kind of glued on to the carpet. But then the more I looked at it, the more I thought, man, if I just design this piece right, it should be able to clip on and snap basically, and then hold itself in place. Obviously I got to clean up some of the carpet a little bit, but once that's cleaned up and those get sat in place, you know, that's going to really clean up that edge. And obviously they're not going to be red. I just have red ABS plastic right now. I can order some gray, or I can just spray paint these and see how it turns out. So hopefully we'll get this figured out. So I just pulled this carpet insert off the 3D printer, and what I'm going to do, if I can get it to focus, is I'm going to soak it in some acetone, not the actual part, but set it in the acetone vapors. So I'll pour some acetone into this pot, set this in there, and just let the vapors kind of rest on it. And what it'll do, the acetone will help the layers of the ABS kind of melt together, and just makes the part a little more flexible without breaking and tearing the layers apart. So we're going to give that a shot, then we'll go do a test fit, see how this works. So after the acetone bath, you can see it's a little shinier now, just to help hold it together. Let's see how she works here. There may need to be some more carpet trimming happen. Oh yeah, look at that. She snaps in. Definitely need to trim up some of the carpet in the back still. But look at that. Holds itself in place. No glue or anything required. Let's give this a shot here. shot of that. Look at that. And once that's gray, well, that's gonna look all right. You can either paint it or just order me some gray ABS. But, oh man. Nice. All right, guys, as soon as that hood comes in, we'll get to cranking on this front end conversion, get that knocked out, and in the meantime, the engine is in assembly. I promise you. I feel like I'm beating a dead horse here every time I call them. We're still a few weeks out, but it's in assembly. Hopefully we'll have the engine sooner than later. I'm ready to get this thing back on the road. And I guess I need to say one thing, that none of this would be possible without the support of my beautiful bride. For some reason, she said, you know what, if you want to do it, let's do it right. So this thing has gone from a simple, let's clean up the interior and fix the engine, to a full-blown kind of rebuild, make it your own kind of custom truck. So I'm very thankful for that. Thank you, beautiful. And let's get this ball going.